Hi, it's nice to meet you. I'm Jessica Vosnick, and you are?
I'm Shelby.
Hi.
Shelby Sandler.
It's nice to meet you. So, I'm a student working towards my LPC, MSP, HP, which basically means I want to be a licensed counselor and be a mental health practitioner to help people who want to come in and maybe just talk about something that's bothering them or even just unwind after a long day. So, what brings you here?
Well, I think I wanted to come here to just kind of talk to somebody besides friends and family, get a different perspective. I've just been feeling, I didn't say depressed at all. I've just been more anxious and kind of homesick. I'm in kind of a transition period. I moved here about 7 months ago, 6, 7 months ago after I got married and started school. And when I was at undergrad, I was really close. I was only about 2 hours from my mom and dad and brother and sister, and so I got to see them a lot more. And I felt like I had more time to kind of keep in touch with them. And ever since being here, I haven't really had time to form friendships, like meaningful friendships, where I actually see them on the weekends and we hang out and talk, and I value relationships a lot, and I just haven't really had time for that, and so I think I'm missing those aspects of my life that I had in undergrad, so that's been a big change, and I'm married. I'm really happy in my marriage. If I didn't have Colin, I don't know what I would do, but just, I guess we both kind of talked about how we would like to have those friendships that we had in Birmingham, so that we can just kind of separate ourselves from work and school and just kind of have an avenue to kind of have fun with that. And it's just been a little bit hard not knowing where to go for that. So I'm here to just talk about that and how to cope with that and the stress and anxiety.
Yeah, a lot of transitions, new school, new living environment, new marriage, like distance from family. So you said Birmingham. Mm-hmm. So where did you go to undergrad?
I went to Auburn University.
Oh, Auburn.
So yeah, it's really close to. Yeah, and that was a big school. This is kind of smaller. It's just there's just differences, but I mean, I'm enjoying it. I'm not unhappy. I think it's more of just there's kind of that longing for certain aspects of what I used to have, and so that's just been. Transition has been a little difficult. But.
So, although there's all these new things coming, there's old things that are being missed.
Right. Yeah. Lots of old things that are being missed. And I know, I keep telling myself that it's just part of growing up and that happens. It's just I kind of just want to figure out how to navigate those changes and be comfortable with them, and also kind of push myself. I guess in undergrad, I wasn't really forced out of my comfort zone a lot. The friends just always seemed to be kind of there because we were all, I don't know, it was easier. The schedules we all kind of had the same schedule, and it's hard to push myself out of my comfort zone now that I'm older to make those friends, and I tend to kind of wait back in the corner for people to come to me, and so I guess just kind of, I want to build up the courage to just kind of do things that would normally scare me or make me uncomfortable.
So would you consider yourself an introvert?
Very much so. Yeah, I kind of have to. I always enjoy being around people, but I kind of have to talk myself because I do enjoy alone time. So I have to talk myself into kind of getting myself out there, and it's hard because I'm also in grad school, and so. Usually by the weekend or by nighttime, I'm so tired, and it's a conflict between just wanting to go home and go to bed, and just knowing that for my own mental health, I need to get out there and form those relationships with other people, and just make myself let myself have a good time.
So it sounds like finding a balance in all the aspects of wellness. So
right.
There's spiritual, mental, social, physical, and one other. But where, between those four that I listed, where do you think you're having the most difficulty?
I would say probably Probably social and I would say social and just mental. And social is just because a lot of times I just don't look at that as part of being well and part of wellness. I kind of push that to the side and say, I don't really I don't need friends. Like, I'm busy. Like, it's okay. And I know I really do need those relationships and conversation with other people. Besides just my husband. And then the mental, I would say a lot of times I just let myself get too stressed and too anxious without really kind of taking time to look at what's going on and saying like, oh, it's really okay. It's not that bad. Just kind of like organizing my thoughts rather than just like the rumination of just, I have so much to do. This is terrible, and kind of get in that cycle and then of just not taking care of, I kind of tend to just fill my mind with like school, worry, bills, and then I can just shut it off and go to sleep. It's hard to just kind of let myself, I almost feel guilty when I let myself think about something other than my to-do list or my schoolwork, so I'd say.
So the thoughts and the actions seem to be playing a lot into this.
Yeah.
So are there any resources that you've used that seem to work for you?
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say I draw a lot of strength from my spiritual life and my faith. That's something that's really important to me whenever I find myself being mindful of God's presence in my life every day. I tend to kind of just feel a weight off my shoulders and like knowing that I'm not the only one doing this. When I actually take time to pray and instead of just saying, well, I don't have time to pray, like I don't have time to pray. When I take time, I do feel better, and I know that I just have a sense of peace about me when the spiritual aspect is right, and I think having a group of friends that share the same values and faith as me is important, and I used to have that, and I'm kind of trying to look for that here. But I feel like I draw a lot of strength from my faith. So.
Well, if you're willing, we could use that in here. I could pray with you, and then it would become more habitual for you to do that and to take time for that. Okay. And do you go to church here anywhere?
Yeah, me and my husband have just started going to a church. It's in Nolensville. It's called Tusculum Church of Christ. We really like it so far. It's a little big, and I think with the holidays we were out of town a lot, so we haven't had time to really get involved, and we're just kind of trying to find our place there right now, but we like it. We visited so many churches when we first got here, and we just decided.
So it took a while to get there.
It did, and it's still kind of taking a little while to get kind of acclimated because we were both at the same church in undergrad all 4 years, and we both grew up at different churches, but we were both grew up in a consistent church family, and so just trying a lot of new things. So it's just been different for us.
Yeah.
But we're just trying to find our place, I guess.
Yeah. Did you go home for the holidays?
I did, and that was really a nice break, and seeing everyone. We had to split the holidays between his family and my family for the first time, so that was a little different, but we really enjoyed it, and it was just kind of a nice break and refresher, and it was really good. Yeah, it was really good. I think I was spoiled in Auburn being able to see my mom so often and everything. I still call her every day, and so I do just miss that, and I know it'll get easier with time. It's hard, but the holidays were good, and I'm kind of missing that right now, kind of back to the post-holiday blues, I think, but
that's actually what my train of thought was going to. So how was it for you coming back?
I think it was different because I had gotten so used to life here, and then we went home for 2 weeks because my husband, they had off a good bit for the holidays, and so it was just so nice, and we kind of just forgot about what life was like here, and so when we came back it was kind of just like, I think for both of us, just kind of like, back here and everything. So that was hard. But yeah, so I think it's just taking me a little while to get reacclimated, because when we first moved here and got married, it was really difficult for me at first to just kind of transition into that role of being, not necessarily being a wife. I really enjoy being a wife, but just kind of the new responsibilities that come with that, and just I can't go home to my mom if I want to, like I'm here with you, and I like that, but it's just a different thing to get used to, I think, and there's just a lot of change, and I in the past, change is something that's kind of scary to me, I think. It's not hard, and I usually kind of adjust to it pretty well. It's just the starting out of it is kind of scary always, of just change. It's always something like I'm always scared to kind of take that first step to do something new, because it's like, it's change, it's different. I don't know, but I think it'll be good. I think I need to kind of de-stress and put myself out of my comfort zone a little bit. But I feel a lot better talking to you about it, so.
That makes me really happy. I'm glad to talk to you about it as well. And I think in here that we can help polish and build these skills that you want to learn, as well as the ones that you already have. Because it sounds like you're doing a lot. You're coming here, you go to your church, which is very valuable to you. You call your mother. So I can see that you're trying, and I know that through our work we can figure out what you're willing to do and how to get there to the point of where you want to be. So thank you for coming. I'm afraid that's all the time we have today.
Thank you
but
so
it's
much.
such a pleasure talking to you.
It's nice to talk to you too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Take care.